heart so warm, caring only for heat, living only on scorn, ego blind, yeah, but fully formed, a long way down to where I'm from. Hey, bye, 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 da, 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 bye, 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 da, 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 bye, 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 yeah, I flew over mountains, over oceans too, thinking of aeroplanes, but not of you. But I know you're down there, always cutting through, waiting for gravity to bring me to you. But I'm caught between two worlds of blue, above the sky and below there's you. And I'm going nowhere, but going fast, getting high on wings of melting wax, and dreams of panic attacks. Bye, 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 da, 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 bye, 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 da, 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 bye, 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 bye. Greed and ambition, yeah, I threw 'em on. Now I knew money, a barbarian, but the lust is melting in the brilliant sun. Yeah, this ain't love and I'm the fallen one. But I'm caught between two worlds of blue, above the sky and below there's you. And I'm going nowhere, but going fast, getting high on wings of melting wax, and dreams of panic attacks. Well, you know I'm a lover, and I know you're the one, but I need validation, yeah, from the women to the motionless sun. And I needed some damage to damage some feeling. I can turn us both into some lipstick screen. That ain't the kind of greed. You're eating away at me. I know who I'm supposed to be, but not what I'm supposed to be. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. So I'm caught between two worlds of blue, above the sky and below there's you. And I'm going nowhere, but going fast, getting high on wings of melting wax, and dreams of panic attacks. Bye, 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 da, 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 bye, 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 da, 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 bye, 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 da, 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 bye, bye, bye. Baby, I've been close to the sun. Baby, I've been close to the sun. But baby, I missed you and I don't belong. But baby, I missed you and I don't belong. Feet on the ground, yeah, I'm in on. Bye, bye, bye. What do you do when you got no time? And the world wants something pretty and that rhymes. They want proof. Yeah, you got proof. So put your keys on your knees and hammer out a line. You got to write it down, 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 write it.
An office cubicle farm. An oversized digital clock hangs on the wall. It's 8 a.m. Baxter sits at a desk typing. Celia enters.
Baxter,
Hey,
how's your morning going?
just started.
You know, it's 8 o'clock.
Yep,
It's kind of early.
that's when I always get here.
Yeah, but it just seems like,
Early.
yeah, kind of. Well, enough chit chat. I have a project for you.
You want me to leave and come back later?
What?
Well, if you think I'm here too early, I can just shut this all down, leave, come back later, 9, 10, tomorrow even.
Come on, you know that's not what I'm saying.
Then, can I work, please?
Whoa, Baxter attitude.
The clock dings on the hour. It's 9 a.m.
Fuck.
Language.
I have so much to do today. It's already 9. Do you mind?
I have a project for you.
Really? I'm swamped. I don't have any time to add anything else to my plate.
It's a spreadsheet project.
No, definitely not.
I thought you loved spreadsheet projects.
No, I never said. What is it?
I need you to take our entire database of customers
That's like 50,000 people.
and migrate their contact information into a spreadsheet broken out by name,
Wait, why?
location, age, race,
Oh,
number of children, religion, sex,
hang on.
gender, political affiliation,
What?
bank account number, and shoe size.
What the fuck?
No, I'm kidding. I'm just pulling your leg, little tete-a-tete, if you will.
That's not what tete-a-tete means.
The clock dings on the half hour. It's 9:30 a.m.
For real, time's ticking. I emailed you the details, and I need it by 5.
Need what?
The spreadsheet project.
It's real?
Yes, and important. So, time's ticking.
I don't have time for this today.
Sounds like a good excuse to exercise some of your time management skills. Weren't we just talking about that in our last one-on-one?
No, that wasn't me.
Well, it was someone.
Well, it wasn't me.
Now, Baxter.
Okay. Jeez.
What do you think?
Baxter opens up the email and reads. Celia hangs around.
What do you think?
Well, I don't have a choice, so.
Oh, everybody has a choice. It's a free country and all that, at will state.
But if I don't do this,
Oh, but if you don't do this, you're fired, and I'm probably fired, and probably taking like half the team with me. So,
fuck.
language.
Well, all right, fine. Go away so I can concentrate.
It's due by 5.
Okay. Jeez.
Celia leaves. The clock dings on the hour. It's 10 a.m.
Fuck.
A head pops up from the next cubicle. It's Jeff with 1 F. Baxter works on the spreadsheet project without looking up.
Hey, Bax,
Don't call me Bax.
can I ask you a question?
No.
You know how I'm new here? Bax? Baxter? Baxter?
The
Fuck.
clock dings on the half hour. It's 10:30 a.m.
Fuck. What?
You know how I'm new here?
Yes.
Okay, well, I have a question.
What?
Do we have an IT department?
Oh my God. Yes, of course.
How do I reach them?
Send them a help desk ticket.
How?
How what?
How do I send IT a help desk ticket?
Email them. I'm so sorry. I'm really busy. Can you just go away?
Yeah, but I can't get on my email, so... Bax?
What?
So if I can't get on my email, how can I send IT a help desk ticket?
I don't know. Fuck. I'll just do it for you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Don't call me man.
Oh, thanks, Bax.
Don't call me Bax.
Jeff with 1 F pops back down into the next cubicle. Baxter works on the spreadsheet project for a long, quiet moment. Then the clock dings on the hour. It's 11 a.m. Then again, it's 12 p.m. Then again, it's 1 p.m.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Celia comes running in. Baxter doesn't look up, working throughout this whole conversation.
Baxter, I just got word that the spreadsheet project is actually due at 4 today. It isn't 5, it's 4. Baxter, 4.
Why?
That's when they said they needed it. 4 o'clock, Baxter.
Is this a joke or
No,
okay? Just go away.
you're gonna finish it, right?
If you go away right now,
The clock is ticking, Baxter. Tick, tick, tick.
got it. Yeah.
And this is your job on the line and mine and all of the people's behind all these people's too.
Oh my God! Stop talking to me.
The clock dings on the hour. It's 2 p.m.
I need you to make this deadline. I am begging you as your boss.
Manager.
Jeff with one F pops up over the cubicle again. Baxter keeps working.
Hey, Bax. Oh, Celia, hi.
Why can't I say boss?
Because we say manager now. I thought you didn't believe in a hierarchy, flat organizational structure, and all that. Mm-hmm.
I've actually been meaning to catch you. I've been here like a week.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
And I was wondering if someone's going to train me. Like, just wondering. No big deal if you don't have the time. But I've been sitting here every day waiting and...
The clock dings on the hour. It's 3 p.m.
Are you actually working on the spreadsheet?
Oh my God, yes. I'm multitasking.
Is there like an...
Is there like anything I can help on? Like sit in on a meeting, take notes, redo the files?
You can't be that good at multitasking.
Yeah, fuck off.
You've been sitting here talking to me this whole time. There's no way you are actually going to get the spreadsheet project done on time.
If you left me alone...
Yelling.
Gosh, it seems like you're both really busy. Maybe I could help. At my last job...
The clock dings on the half hour. It's 3:30 p.m.
I will leave you to it. 30 minutes left. Baxter, tick, tick, tick.
Hey, did you send that IT help desk ticket for me? I still can't get on my email. Bax. Bax. Bax.
Jeez, what?
Want to get a coffee with me?
No.
That's rude.
Jeff with one F pops back down. Celia runs in.
Baxter, it's about 4 o'clock. All of our lives are in your hands. Please, Baxter, please finish the spreadsheet project on time. Please send it now. Baxter, now.
Okay, just give me a sec.
The clock starts ticking towards 4 p.m. 3:50, 3:51, 3:52, 3:53.
Please, 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 Baxter, please, please, please.
Okay, I'm just gonna send it how it is. One more sec, and
Come on.
send.
The clock dings on the hour. It's 4 p.m. They both sigh with relief. Then the clock flashes off. Then Baxter's computer turns off. Then all the lights shut off.
Uh-oh.
Jeff pops up holding several disconnected cords and cables.
Hey there. So I sort of did something. IT never got back to me. And at my last job, whenever my email didn't work, I just reboot my computer. But I couldn't even log on to find the restart button. So I thought I'd just unplug it and then plug it back in. And I wasn't sure which one went to the computer. So I just sort of pulled all of them. Anyway, it seems that this one goes to that clock up there. And this one goes to maybe your computer. Whoops, sorry about that. And these ones go to like everyone else's. And I also turned off all the lights. Not sure how I did that, but here we are.
Oh. Did my email send?
I'm so sorry, Bax.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Baxter. It's now a bad time to tell you that there never was any spreadsheet project. I just made it up. It was just part of our little da-da-da. I was trying to help you with your time management skills. It's called immersive training. I just was trying to be a cool boss.
We're on the same page.
Like we're finally part of the place we grew up loving, with salt water and dead flesh. Storytelling is a performance.
Bradley is in the driver's seat, stoically driving. Abe is in the passenger seat, fast asleep. The car suddenly goes haywire and starts hurtling down the highway at 100 miles per hour. Bradley attempts to control the car.
What the?
The car finally slows.
Oh, and once again, I am almost killed by the whims of human emotion. What the hell did you do?
Me?
You're the only other person in the car, and my 100 miles per hour moment happened years ago.
Where am I?
The Guiltmobile on Deconstruction Road.
I don't like this. Get me out of here.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Get me out of here!
Abe lunges for the car door, but it's locked. He lunges for Bradley instead. The car is knocked off balance and does a barrel roll down the highway. Abe and Bradley are thrown around inside the car like clothes in a washing machine. The car rights itself up and continues to go down the highway like nothing has happened. Bradley and Abe are covered in blood, but they are also totally physically fine.
Son of a bitch!
I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I should be. I need to be a man. I can't let my emotions control me.
Right on. You're not the only evangelical losing your faith. Your pain isn't any special. We're all on our journey down Deconstruction Road, okay? So get a hold of yourself.
Doesn't mean it feels any less lonely.
It's supposed to be lonely. Faith is too personal. We can't compare and contrast notes all the time with our fellow ex-evangelicals. It's limiting.
I've heard of this place. Never thought I'd end up here, though.
Oh, we all have. It's the boogeyman the adults warn us of. It's if you leave the church, you'll lose your anchor, a ship without a rudder on the high seas of enemy. You will be living for yourself, which is like living for nothing. You are lost forever on the Guiltmobile, hurtling down Deconstruction Road. It's like Bigfoot, but it's real and in your mind.
Did you lock the car door from inside?
No. Believe me, I want to get out of here too. And I've been attempting to for a while. I know there's a way out. I know there's an end to this particular road, but the thing is, I don't know when. And I don't know where. Just gotta accept it's gonna be for the long haul. Like Odysseus or the Israelites wandering the desert for 40 years.
What did you do? Does it have to do with sexual sin?
Oh, so that's why you're here? Are you a homosexual? Did you have sex before marriage and now you can't reconcile your faith with your horniness?
I wanted to prove to myself that I was a man.
What are you going on about? You keep saying you want to be a man, but if you're a man, you're a man. You know what I'm saying? What did you have to prove? That you could piss the farthest distance? That your piss arch was the highest?
I wanted to prove my manhood by being able to engage in sexual intercourse, and I'm not a homosexual.
All right.
I'm bisexual.
The same thing.
Oh, it's different.
Yeah, I guess so, but I'm sure the guilt is still comparable to that of the homosexuals. I just assume most people I end up with in the guilt mobile are homosexual. And 45% of the time, I'm right. I was disgusted at first. Like, come on, if you're going to defect from the church, do it in somewhat noble reasons and not because you want to engage in gay debauchery. And don't get me wrong, I'd say the same thing to the heterosexuals too who defect because they're horny. Horniness is a plague, but you know what? Sometimes you all are funny as hell. I was hoping you would be one of those funny gays.
I cannot tell if you're a homophobe or not.
Abe crawls into the back seat to establish some distance, curling into a ball and starting to weep.
Oh, will you stop crying if I told you that people have gotten out? Oh my God, you're a child.
I'm 25.
Were you homeschooled or something? You have that vibe.
Yeah.
Well, sorry to hear that.
Tell me more about how people get out.
Yeah, at some point, they reach a breakthrough. The car door temporarily unlocks. They fling out the car as it's still moving, skidding on the pavement, getting all bloody and shit. But it happens.
How long did it take them?
I don't know. 10 years, 2 days. Time isn't real. I'm an ex-pastor, so I assume it's going to take me a while. I've got a lot to parse through, a lot to unlearn.
I assumed you've got that Pentecostal preacher gift of gab, kind of like my father.
Oh boy, you a PK?
Yes.
Okay, a lot is starting to make sense now.
My dad's a head pastor at an Assemblies of God megachurch in the suburbs.
I was just a small town pastor.
You know, I once heard the saying, if God is your father, then your father is God. And it truly feels that way sometimes. I'm not just a son of my father, I am a son of evangelical Christianity. It's all I know. I can't just abandon my father. I cannot interpret the world in any other way. Do you have kids?
Oh shit, no. I'm only 5 years older than you.
You look much older than that.
It's because I ain't healthy.
The car starts spinning in circles. It makes Abe and Bradley really dizzy. This isn't Bradley's first rodeo, so he simply screws his eyes shut. Abe lowers the window to throw up. The window doesn't go down all the way, and Abe really has to shove his head in the small gap. Some vomit splatters on the window. The car calms down.
Funny that you just threw up. I used to feel the whole Christ once occupied with other things. It used to be alcohol. I quit recently, and now it's food. Ever since. You ever had a sister or a girl cousin that binges and purges? Thought that was a female thing, but turns out your local washed up ex-pastor can have it too. I didn't quit. I was fired.
What happened?
I can tell you about it if you promise to stop crying and causing a fit.
Mhm.
Before I do you mind grabbing my Diet Coke from the trunk? There's a pass-through in the backseat. Gotta placate the oral fixation to sip on something when I'm talking about the past, you know?
Um, Okay.
Abe opens the pass-through and rummages around. He crawls back into the passenger seat with a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke. He opens it for Bradley.
Uh, Want some? Oh. So, anyway, I was hired as music pastor at the local church, straight out of Bible college. One thing I was good at, other than my gift of gab, was singing and playing the guitar. And suddenly I had a lot of power and responsibility for how young and inexperienced I was, you know? The women were flirting with me. I was being invited to play with the local bands because I wasn't just another crusty old pastor. I was cool and good at what I did. I got a little arrogant. The V's in my V-neck t-shirts were getting deeper as the days went on, but music pastor, which is just a worship leader with some extra duties, it doesn't pay well at all. And I was broke. So I started stealing money from the offering plate every Sunday. I was discreet at first, filched $1 or $2 here and there, then started stealing $5, $10, $15. It wasn't even that much money in the grand scheme of things, but it happened over 6 years. And eventually I took too much, and I did get caught. And the head pastor fired me. And I also had premarital sex with a keyboard player who was married.
Oh.
Turns out they found out about my embezzling ways because Becky found out, and she ratted me out to the head pastor. So I ratted out Becky as an adulterer. It's a small conservative town. Word spreads. None of the other churches wanted to hire me. I was too messy. And the thing is, I had no other skills and no money to move and start anew. So I moved back in with my parents. But all things considered, I fared much better than poor Becky. She was called all sorts of nasty names. It was made out like it was her fault that I turned out like this. She didn't steal any money, you know? It takes two to tango, but Becky, I'm just as much of a bad man. And I tried to reach out to her to apologize, but she's not replying. I didn't even think she lives in the town anymore. I don't even know if she's alive. She just disappeared.
Women always get it worse in situations like this. It's unfortunate.
I did a lot of reflecting while sitting alone in my parents' place, you know. I wondered long and hard about what even compelled me to go to Bible college in the first place. Did I love God, or did I love attention? Felt like a damn imposter. Like everything I worked for was for false aims. I did try going back to a church a few towns over just to see how I would feel. And I listened to the pastor drone on and on about something or other, and all I could see was a flawed human up on the pulpit telling people what to do. And I hated that bastard. I didn't even know the guy, and my heart was immediately filled with hate. And I knew it was because I hated myself. I walked out of the church before service was even over and beelined right to the nearest bar. I drank and drank and drank till nothing mattered anymore. Damn it. I didn't mean to get so deep into my story, but once I start, I can't seem to stop. I ain't throwing myself a pity party, though. What's past is the past. Fucking hell, I'm not gonna lie now. I'm curious about your story. But Don't go all blubbery on me now, you hear? So, what'd you do, PK? Your pa must make good money for a pastor, right? He could bail you out for some stuff if necessary.
Yes, I did grow up pretty comfortably, I must admit, but I never got caught. And I never did anything illegal in the eyes of um, Washington state law.
You smoked marijuana.
Sorry.
Why are you apologizing to me?
I don't know.
But you did stuff with men, huh?
I tried to. It didn't quite work out. And I tried to do things with women too. That didn't work out either. Sometimes I wish I could be normal.
You're too young for erectile dysfunction.
No, it's not that. Would you believe me if I told you that I was actually a lot more serious in middle school than I am now? I used to never cry.
Really now?
My family was so front facing in the community that I was afraid to have strong emotions. And I got really good at internalizing everything at a young age. And it did feel nice to hear people at church praise me for being so mature and smart for my age. I didn't have a normal puberty, the one with strong emotions. My emotions felt so muted, and my sense of sexuality was almost non existent. I think the only emotion I was able to feel strongly was fear. As I grew up and as I realized that I wasn't straight, I did feel a sense of emasculation. People always called me mature, but they never called me strong or good looking. The girls avoided me. The boys didn't include me in their friend group because they thought I was weird, and I had a hard time making friends with people outside of my church bubble because I simply didn't interact with them much. I was homeschooled my whole life, and then I went to a private Christian college. I'm a sheltered child. I decided that I should have some balls, try some things out, you know? Be a man.
The car starts to increase its speed.
I went on a few dates with women, some secular, some from church. I had my first kiss with a different pastor's kid named Eunice. She was very nice, but even more paranoid than me. And I offered to do more than kiss with her, maybe some hand stuff. And she got really angry with me. And I was angry with her for being angry with me, which I regret now because the same thing happened to me with a man, but I was in Eunice's shoes. And I really liked the guy. I think I got my heart broken.
What happened with this guy?
He was my coworker at the grocery store. He was the first out gay man I was ever friends with. I had so many questions for him. And I told him I was a recently out bisexual man, and he was very receptive. He was an ex-Catholic too. So we had some conversations about religion. I didn't tell him I was a pastor's kid though, and maybe I should have. I felt very hard for him, and we went on a few dates. He invited me over to his house one time, and then we were about to do things, and I had a terrible panic attack. Started hyperventilating, and he
The car jerks violently. It slows down.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, especially if you're gonna cry.
no, it's okay. He has some trauma with dating religious men from when he was still in the Catholic Church, and he told me he didn't want to see me anymore. If I was able to have sex with him, maybe he would still continue to see me. My view of sexuality has been warped pretty bad. Sometimes I think I want to have sex, have that sense of FOMO about being an adult virgin. But then when I get the opportunity to have sex, my body just kind of shuts down. And I don't really have a traumatic experience like my coworker. I feel utterly abnormal. Maybe I'm asexual.
I don't know what that is.
I wrote a poem. Do you want to hear it?
Not really.
I wish you could let this stray dog in. You may not be the destination, but I'm still barking. My thoughts in unpredictable mud. I could rush you, teeth into flesh, or I could settle myself on your lap in the crook of your arm. And either way, there would be a sense of connection. You've had too much experience. I've had too little. I've had too much life. And I'm down to share, even if we part ways down the line. I'd love to leave a little scar. I am a very cool dog, after all, I say, shivering under the 4th of July fireworks. Are you okay? Do you want to switch? I can drive.
God, I'm so tired of feeling like shit. You listening? Get me out of here.
Maybe you should cry more.
Hi, this handbook is for you. Maybe not, but probably you picked it up after all. You, the one with the breaking family, and you do not know what to do. Maybe your family is breaking because of things outside of your control. Maybe it is breaking because of the U.S. empire. Maybe it's breaking because of you. Oscar enters the room where Ivy sits at her desk typing. She looks up from her work to regard him.
I kissed Noelle.
What's that?
I kissed Noelle. She's in love with me.
And you came here to tell me this?
I came here because I'm being followed. They're surveilling me 24/7.
Oh, that must be very hard for you.
I could feel the guy tailing me, so I hid around the corner to wait for him, and suddenly we're face to face. It's like he didn't know what to do with himself. So I took a cigarette out of my pocket, and he dutifully lit it, and then I went on my way, and he continued to follow at a distance, same as before.
Sounds more like a personal assistant than a spy.
If he were my assistant, he'd leave me the fuck alone, but he's following someone else's orders.
Well, maybe you should do yourself a favor and stay in one place for a while.
That's not possible. The moment I stop moving is the moment I'm confined again. I can feel the walls closing in on me already. I told you from the beginning, you're an intelligent woman who understands my philosophy. Yasmin, on the other hand, is simple and uneducated, but her character is well suited for the wife of a revolutionary. I cause her much grief, but I love her deeply. The same as I love you.
The same as you love Noelle, right?
I'd hate to leave any of you. And I'm confident the bonds will hold as long as we adhere to the 3 conditions.
Which are? I'm not sure how strictly they've been observed lately.
I'm glad we're on the same page. First, we must be entirely financially independent. Second, I won't live with any woman exclusively, but separately with each. And third, we must respect each other's freedom, and that includes matters of sexuality.
Well, that's very convenient for you, but when there's only one of you and three of us, how can I be assured that things will remain fair?
Fair. I have many friends, but none of them ever complain about unequal friendship. It's all based on goodwill and winning freedom. The same should be true for us.
In that case, I'll have to ask you to observe my three conditions as well.
And that would be?
The promise you made our first night together. Don't tell me you've forgotten.
Ivy gets up from her desk and moves towards Oscar.
I told you then that marriage has no value to me. After observing my older sisters with their husbands over the years, this much is clear. Marriage can't ensure women's happiness. And since I don't believe in marriage, I was able to be with you all this time without feeling guilty toward Yasmin or even thinking about her at all. But in return, I vowed that all my decisions would be my own, that I wouldn't conform to anyone else's desires.
Ivy moves away from Oscar and sits on the bed.
So what are you getting at? That the situation with Noelle is somehow different from that of Yasmin?
No, I said the same thing when you were just with Yasmin.
Okay, I get it. So what was the promise?
I asked you to keep our relationship a secret, and you agreed. But then you told everyone about us. You told Yasmin and your comrades as well.
I guess I didn't see any point in hiding it from them.
That way they wouldn't disturb us and we could see each other freely.
Oscar sits down on the bed next to her. Ivy leans her head on his shoulder.
Freely. How can you have free love without openness? You're just afraid of the rumors, aren't you?
I don't care about that or what anyone thinks about us. We can't change the thinking of those still attached to notions of monogamy. That's why we keep it a secret.
Sure, except they already know about it. So isn't it a moot point? You don't care about rumors, so just ignore them. Someday the rest of the world will catch up to us, and if they attack us for our values, we'll defend ourselves. That's the job of a revolutionary.
You can say that because you're a man.
Ivy tries to run her hands through Oscar's hair, but he pushes them away.
So what are you suggesting? Give in to social mores and hide in the shadows? Do you think there's freedom in the shadows?
No, but I'm a woman.
Okay. Say we respect your three conditions. You also said that you didn't want children. That's your choice, of course. I guess that's the second condition. And the third?
Just the other day, a comrade of yours told me that I should leave you. He claims you're working as a government spy, that you sell out to anyone when you're in need of money.
And what did you say to that?
Well, I said that spy or not, he's the one I love.
Oscar walks toward the door to put his coat on as if to leave.
Are you going back to Yasmin? You're going to the hotel, aren't you? To see Noelle.
When I kissed her, she was out of breath. I could feel her tremble in my arms.
Don't leave. I have something to show you.
Ivy walks over to her desk and removes an object from the drawer. She takes off the leather sheath, revealing a large shiny blade.
I decided to kill you. 6.5 inches. I bought it in Little Tokyo yesterday.
Ivy waves the blade in front of Oscar's face as he stands. She places the knife under his chin.
I thought of leaving you, but decided against it. After all, if I left you, I'd lose my chance to kill you.
Ivy pulls back the blade. Oscar pins her to the wall. A struggle ensues.
Remember, this freedom is the foundation of life. You know, women's liberation is for men too. No, the happiness of all of humanity resides in freedom. That's why we must devote our life to freedom, based on the 3 conditions.
There's a knock at the door. Ivy grabs the blade and retreats into the adjacent room. Oscar opens the door to find Noelle.
I couldn't find the keys to the hotel room.
Silly me, it appears I forgot to give them to you.
Ivy suddenly emerges from the other room, knife in hand.
When you're with me, you're all mine, right? That's one of the conditions.
You're certainly free to think so.
You can keep the keys.
See, who do you love, really? Do you even know what love means? To capture someone's heart and monopolize it? That's how Oscar and I are. We belong together.
I don't believe it's possible for one to possess another, and it's anathema to our fight for liberation.
I make $20,000 a month for my work as a journalist. I'm the one supporting Oscar and Yasmin. How do you think the 2 of you can afford to traipse around town and stay in fancy hotels? We always talk about free love and financial independence, but it's all a sham. They say you can't buy love, but with my money, I can buy the soul of a revolutionary.
Don't pay any attention to her. She gets off at spouting all this bullshit.
I've come here to break up with you.
So you're going back to Tony, huh? That's unexpected.
No, I'm leaving him too. I've decided to live alone. I don't want to rely on you or anyone else. When I was 18, I ran away from an arranged marriage and the old traditions that came with that. Tony was a poet and progressive politically, so he seemed to be the antidote to all that, but I soon found myself trapped in the same traditions.
It's one thing to escape. It's another thing to know what to do when you get out.
That's exactly it. But how can you know what you're getting into until you escape first?
Admit it. You pretend to be fixated on Oscar, but it might as well have been anyone. You wanted to try on new shoes, but you barely take a step in them and they're covered in mud. There's mud everywhere. We're all covered in it.
I admit that I may have used Oscar as a springboard. I just wanted to untie the knot that was binding me.
But by untying that knot, you untied them all.
I'm pregnant.
Noelle turns abruptly and leaves, closing the door behind her.
What? Oh, I bet she's still hiding somewhere.
That's it. Our story is over.
Oh, she must be hiding in those bushes over there.
We're done here. Do you hear me?
I heard you. But you were the one who espoused free love. I just did as I was told. But I can't take it anymore. I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do.
So you're claiming that my theories failed? If so, it's because they had to.
And you're claiming that my egoism ruined everything. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Free love is within reach. One day, couples will be able to make love with no concern for money or property. We were so close.
No. That's not your theories that have failed. It's the revolution itself. It's you. You've failed. But somehow you can't see that. You set this trap. You use the trap of free love to escape from yourself. But the more we 3 women struggle, the more entangled we become. Noelle has never worked a day in her life.
She took over your position as editor. You call that not working?
She interfered with our relationship. She took advantage of my money. I swear I see someone moving around in the bushes.
So that's it. I guess I owe you a debt. Okay, allow me to repay it to you.
Oscar reaches inside his coat and pulls a thick wad of bills from his breast pocket.
You want money? Look, there's plenty of it. You know how I got this?
He was right. You are a spy.
It's not spy money. I threatened the Minister of the Interior. He's so terrified of revolution, he'll give me anything I want. And now, it's all yours.
Oscar throws a handful of bills in Ivy's face. She trips and falls to the floor, dropping the knife in the process.
Take your money back. And now, you're a stranger to me.
Oscar moves abruptly toward the door to leave. There's a sudden knock.
Noelle, she came back.
Oscar cautiously opens the door to reveal two men in street clothes and sunglasses.
Oscar Sakamoto.
You're under arrest for terrorism and racketeering.
The two seize the unresisting Oscar by either shoulder and drag him out the door. Ivy lays on the floor, covered in money.
I don't know about you, but I think Ryan Gosling is a really good actor.
No, I did not see Meg 1, and I think that's totally fine.
The Little Drummer Boy as a song, as a concept, is nonsense.
Scary, hairy, weird, Jesus wept.
It's very simple.
The entire film is one heated discussion.
And these awesome spandex outfits that prominently feature his floppy package. This package is singularly famous, but I don't think that we should let ourselves be distracted by it.
My little dong is huge. No, my little dong is huge.
But it's a cartoon, and then you're like, oh, but this is real.
No matter how good the wig work is, it really looks ridiculous.
What it asks of the audience is, what are you going to do with that?
Really wanna taste.
Joshua and Constance are lying asleep next to one another. Constance stirs, then sits up, shields her eyes.
Ugh, it's so bright.
She shakes Joshua awake.
Josh, wake up.
What? What the hell, Con?
I'm not sure how we got here.
At least I'm starting to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Speak for yourself.
I am.
How can you not? What?
Because it doesn't seem to help.
I guess you're right.
Wow.
What?
Nothing. Just gonna enjoy being right for a moment. And we're still together. We're not alone.
You're never alone.
Did you hear that?
Hello?
Who are you? Please say something.
You're never alone.
Where are you? Why can't we see you?
I am here.
Something ripples through their bodies, and they both let out a cry of pure joy.
Oh.
This is... I feel like...
It's like...
I am here. You are loved.
Are you God?
Older.
Who are you?
Love.
You love us.
I am love.
You are love? I thought God was love.
I am not what you worship.
Are you Satan?
She recoils and retreats quickly to the furthest point she can get away.
Grief.
You mortals. So simplistic, and yet so complex. Do you feel the presence of evil here?
I sure don't.
I only feel love. I've never felt anything like it. At least not since. I don't know you, and yet.
You do know me.
How?
Well, how do you think, little mortal?
I don't know.
Nothing about this place makes any sense. But I feel this. Not sure if I can trust it.
Love.
Deity enfolds Constance and Joshua into an embrace.
It's been so long since I felt like this. It reminds me of. I don't ever want to leave.
And yet.
And yet, this is only a station.
I want to stay.
This is only a station.
We're kind of figuring things out as we go along.
Is this heaven? I want to stay. I don't care what comes next. I want to feel this way forever.
Heaven and hell aren't real.
Then what is this? How can anything feel so good?
In my experience, anything that feels this good is suspect.
That doesn't even make sense. Go if you have to. I'm staying here.
So you don't care if I just leave you? For someone who has abandonment issues.
This is only a station.
And it's probably a test.
I'm tired of these tests. We never know if we've gotten them wrong or right. It's so confusing. I want it all to stop. I want to stay here.
You don't mean that.
This is only a station on your journey.
I'm done with the journey.
But isn't everything a journey? You just let me go?
I don't care.
You have to care. I can't leave you here.
Why not? It's not like we're anything to each other but traveling companions at best.
Wow.
Sorry, but it's true.
Is it though? There's gotta be some reason why we're traveling companions at best. You want to weigh in here?
There are no coincidences.
See?
That could mean a million things, and I'm so tired.
So you're just going to give up?
What's so wrong with that?
Don't you want to know what's happening to us? What this is all about?
You heard him. It's them.
I am love.
What does that mean?
Every time your mother held you, every time you sat on your father's knee, every time your beloved grabbed your hand.
My beloved?
Something washes over Constance.
Joel?
Huh?
Joel. Joel was my beloved. It was never Michael, but
He died.
and took everything with him. Everything that meant anything to me.
Oh, little mortals, so fragile, so precious, but obtuse.
Obtuse? Come on, Con.
Again, something washes over them.
What?
Oh.
How can this be?
I remember you.
This can't be real. Joel?
I don't know how. I can't explain, That time we ran away, playing together as kids, and
Further back.
I'm a sculptor and you're my muse.
We're dancers in the ballet.
I'm following you through a dark forest to make sure you're safe.
How is this possible? How am I all these people and
How am I Joel? I'm Josh.
Oh, little mortals, you allow the petty trappings of the material world to obscure the truth.
What truth?
Like the earth's cycle of seasons. The trees lose their leaves and regain them. The snake sheds its skin and finds a new one underneath.
we die and are born again?
Reincarnation?
Oh, mortals have many lives, but a soul has two halves.
I lost mine. I lost my other half. Joel was the other half of my soul.
I was always searching for something better to come along and never did. Because you never showed up.
Until now.
Until now.
Joel. Joel.
They hold each other for a moment. Then Joshua breaks free.
So, we're dead then. We're dead and reuniting after 100 years apart. Is that it?
This is only a station on the journey.
No. Come back.
Constance.
Where did you go? Come
Constance.
Back. What?
We don't need it. Them.
But
it's us. It's about us.
Joshua takes her hand.
Us.
We don't want to talk to you about money and art. It's not fun.
It is like the least fun thing to talk about.
It's kind of embarrassing to be here with my face on the internet forever. To be here with my face on the internet forever, asking for like $1.
Even $1. Just one.
But we kind of have to.
We kind of have to.
We aren't trying to meet a $10,000 or a $100,000 donation goal. We don't get paid a living wage for making this art. Look, even if I can't really afford it, if I need it, I will buy myself a fancy coffee drink or a treat just to get through the day. We are trying to make art that is engaging and art that adds value to your day. When you show up with us and you engage in our art, we appreciate it endlessly. That alone is amazing.
We're really glad you're here.
We still have to ask you, please pay what you can. So many people are struggling, and if you're struggling, we don't want to make that harder for you. If you can't offer anything, it's okay. We're still so glad that you showed up.
Taking care of yourself is the right choice.
If you can, though, we have a suggested donation of $5. We'd be thrilled for any kind of contribution. Unfortunately, we do need the money to keep making beautiful art and supporting our local playwrights, musicians, and artists who volunteer their time to create these productions. Even though we ask for a low amount, that's not what we think this production is worth. $5 is not what we think this story is worth. We think it's worth more than a latte, more than most of the movies on Netflix and Amazon. We put our hearts and minds into it. We worked hard. We really did.
We're asking you to pay what you can, if you can.
please pay what you can. Every little bit helps keep us going. Even $1. Even $1. Ruddy and Klotz, two quack scientists, are locked in a closet. There are rusty nails and spikes that protrude inward from the door, much like an Iron Maiden torture device. Klotz holds up her palm. Fresh blood drips from it.
Rusty nails on the door. They cut me. Look. If we stay in here any longer without a vaccine, I'm going to get tetanus. Do you have any answers in your research?
I read on Scientific American that getting tetanus only lasts for a few days. What we should really worry about is hepatitis B from all that poo-poo in the corner.
Well, if you save it for more than a few weeks, it'll ferment and you can store it for an antidote.
Really?
It's true. You save that thing that gave you Hep B, and then you lock it in a fermenting jar for 3 weeks and 2 days, and naturally produces antidote to Hep B.
Wow. Bodies are amazing. But are you sure you have tetanus? Not every rusty nail has the bacterial infection that causes tetanus.
You don't know.
Oh, I bet you're cramping. Bet you're on the pink wave, or whatever they call it.
I have tetanus.
Stop laughing at the end of your sentences. You know I hate it.
I'm not laughing at the...
You're going to make you sound like a mad scientist, which is disrespectful to the practice you and I have as a scientific community. You'll understand when you're older.
How long can we live without food? Maybe I'm cramping because I'm hungry. Could we take a break and get some moon crustables and come back, and the antidote will ferment while we're gone, and we can have some soft peanut butter and grape jelly moon crustables?
6 weeks. That's how long.
Wait, what will I understand when I'm older?
Oh, the time has passed, sweetums. The science of time is something I still don't understand. We've been here for a week, or has it been 20 minutes?
Are we going to leave?
No.
My butt hurts from sitting for so long. 168 hours is too much time to be in one position. Still don't know the answer to the...
A cat flap opens in the door. A bottle of water is pushed through. Klotz tries to get out through the cat door, but is stopped by Ruddy and the person outside, who stomps on her hands. The cat flap closes.
If you don't let me out...
We still don't have the antidote. I can't believe you'd abandon me like that.
Oh, I need to stand up. My body is imploding.
Stop yelling.
No, I'm not yelling.
Your face hole up.
Klotz shoves Ruddy, whose arm is stabbed by the nails protruding inwards from the door.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It might not ferment all the way, but it could ferment some of the way by now, like a little bit. I don't know. Maybe there is a way. Just try it out. I don't want you to die.
You shoved me.
You made me angry.
You gave me tetanus.
You said so yourself that nails might not have tetanus. They're just rusty, and that's all that I have.
Or I could get the new kind of sickness going around, the one that came from radioactive cows. Atomic hemorrhoids inside your body. That's what I heard it feels like.
That's not real.
Yeah, how do you know? Tell me how you know.
Oh. If we go, then we could figure out how,
No, it's never coming for us.
A needle and syringe filled with glowing pink liquid is fed through the cat flap. Klotz and Ruddy instinctively try to escape through the kitty door, but someone on the other side stomps on them. The kitty door is then locked back up tight. On the needle and the syringe is attached a note.
What does it say?
Decide who dies.
Can I see it? Your cut, can I see it?
Can you lick it? Your tongue makes my blood less afraid of death. I don't want to die.
Okay.
Okay, what?
But what if the antidote, what if there was no antidote? What if the answer is ascension?
You mean die?
No, I mean transport to the great green forest of forever in the sky, where all of the grape jelly and peanut butter moon crustables are.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
How many moon crustables?
So many, dude. And they have all the flavors.
You mean that they have the strawberry and the cream cheese? Wow, I'm so hungry. I'm delirious.
Yes, they have all of them.
But if we ascend, that means we have to decide. And if that's the case, then I don't know, because I like it here. I mean, not here. I mean, out there.
What is being alive, though? Literally.
What is it? Not ascending. It's not being dead. I don't know. Not being nothing.
You don't have any purpose in life. You have $90,000 in student loan debt. You owe unemployment $13,000. You can't afford your rent. Your body is falling apart from working in food service for a decade, and you're trapped in a closet with me waiting for the feces to turn into the antidote.
I'm waiting for tetanus, which sounds like it hurts.
Or cow sickness.
We can hold each other close?
No.
But
no, none of this die with me in your arms 1997 tragic lesbian bullcrap. Let me spell it out for you. Take the shot with me.
We don't know what's in it.
It looks nuclear. It looks radioactive.
Like it's gonna fry our insides.
What if we split it?
Wait, what if this is the tetanus shot?
It's not.
How do you know?
Because it won't do this.
Ruddy grabs the glowing pink syringe and injects Klotz with half of it.
How?
Ruddy stabs herself and injects herself with the other half.
What's going? Us.
What's going to?
It doesn't matter. We'll be together.
Klotz holds up her hand. Her blood is glowing pink, enveloping light.
Proofs? Proofs. 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 Proofs? 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 There you are. Should have looked there first.
In the lab late at night, Flack and Berenbaum are likely the only people in the building, not including a lethargic security guard. Berenbaum is curled into herself, digging her pencil into her paper as she notates chemical formulas, drawing long protein chains across the bottom of the paper. Flack taps an entry into the logbook and looks up at Berenbaum.
Dr. Berenbaum? Dr. Berenbaum? Doctor?
What?
I have a problem. I have a problem.
I heard you. What's your problem, since you need my permission to speak, apparently?
There's a discrepancy here. Or the opposite. This data set is weirdly consistent.
Huh.
Huh? The data looks nuts, Doctor.
What's nuts about it?
I'm looking at these caterpillar weights, and these are from April. Look at this batch. 2.5 grams, 2.75 grams, 3 grams exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And the weights increase in the same way, 2.5 up to 3, 2.75, 3.25, 3 to 3.5. It's all...
What are you saying?
I've just never seen data so exact. The caterpillars I've been weighing are all over the place.
Huh.
You know, I joined the project right after this.
So you did.
Is it possible?
Why don't you ever say what you mean?
My degree is writing on this project, Doctor.
My wife's life is riding on this project, Flack.
Your wife's corpse, you mean?
Excuse me?
Your wife doesn't have a life. She has a body. You have her body in that freezer.
Don't point.
I have to work next to your wife's cryogenically frozen corpse all day. I'll point wherever I want.
How dare you?
How dare you? You might not care about the butterflies, but I do.
Of course I care about the butterflies.
Don't patronize me.
Oh, you just think everything's about you, don't you? You can't possibly imagine that I have more important issues to attend to than your data and your butterflies and your integrity.
You cannot honestly sit there and tell me you don't care about data integrity. You don't believe that.
You don't know me, Flack.
You don't care that the data set is compromised?
I reject the assertion that it's compromised.
Because you're the one who compromised it.
And how did I do that?
Are you really going to pretend that these numbers are correct?
They've been recorded, haven't they?
These caterpillars were all just these exact weights, yeah? Exactly 3 grams?
You haven't weighed a caterpillar that was exactly 3 grams?
Of course I have, but that...
No.
But that's not the point.
And you have terrible difficulty in getting to your point, Flack, I must say.
My point is, Doctor, that you have altered this data.
I would never do that.
But you have. There's no way these numbers are correct.
Whether they are correct or not, I haven't changed them since they were recorded.
But you recorded them wrong.
And if I've made a few mistakes in weighing or measuring, that's going to nullify your doctorate?
If you've made mistakes, Doctor, you've made these numbers up. That's not a mistake. That's fraud. You're going to tank this whole butterfly project and take me down with you.
Listen, Flack. No, listen to me. There is not a scientist in the world who cares enough about caterpillar weights to dig through the entire data set looking for discrepancies. There is not a scientist in the world who hasn't at least considered.
What? Blatant fraud?
It's not fraud, Flack. Those numbers are from April. Those butterflies are dead. Whether the numbers are accurate to the gram or not, there's no way to know.
Accurate to the gram? You're fucking with me. If someone looks at the data from April, it's going to be obvious immediately that something is wrong. It was obvious to me.
If you're worried that someone's going to suspect you of foul play,
Suspect you of foul play.
if you're worried, Black, you're more than welcome to take a closer look. Double check my work.
What are you saying, Doctor?
I can't possibly remember all the data I've recorded over the years. If some of it looks wrong, you can make it look right.
I am not going to participate in this miscarriage of science.
You'd rather miscarry your degree?
Don't threaten me.
How long has it taken you to get this far? How many hours have you poured in? How much money?
I'm not going to change the numbers for you.
I'm not asking you to. You're the one who thinks they look suspicious.
Dr. Barenbaum, this is coercion.
I'm not making you do anything.
You're going to let me fail.
If you fail, I fail. If you look suspicious, I look suspicious. You start saying the numbers are wrong and they'll come into my lab and poke around. And I swear, if they find my wife, if they take her from me, your failed degree will be the least of your problems.
Can you at least apologize?
No.
The writing on the page is good enough. The writing on the page is art. It takes so much time and so much effort, and it's so specific and meticulous, and it's so embodied and important. There's nothing that can take away from the writing on the page. But also, sometimes, don't you want to hear the actual voice of the person who wrote the thing on the page? I do.
A restaurant, a nice restaurant, one you'd expect to have a dress code of some kind. Waiter stands at a podium welcoming diners. Guest enters and approaches.
Good evening. Welcome to Fine Dining. How may I help you? Oh,
Yes. Do you accept walk-ins?
we do.
And do you have tables available this evening?
We do.
Splendid. Table for one, please.
I apologize. We cannot serve you at this time.
What?
We cannot serve you as things currently stand.
You can't.
We cannot.
Am I not dressed well enough?
No, you are dressed plenty well.
Do I not look like I can afford the food?
I have no doubts about your ability to pay.
Do you have some kind of personal vendetta against me?
No, I certainly do not.
Then what the hell is it?
You are actively on fire.
Guest looks at their sleeve. It is true.
Oh. Well, it appears that I am.
That you are.
Interesting.
Interesting is one word for it.
Well, I don't see why that gives you the right to deny me a table.
Do you not see how that might be a problem?
Not in the slightest.
It isn't quite safe. Here, I can get some water.
No, I am not thirsty. I'm hungry. I would like to eat.
The water would not be to drink. It would be to extinguish the flame.
Oh, I see.
So please, excuse me a moment while I go get some water.
Whoa. Who do you think you are?
I'm sorry.
I said, who do you think you are, assuming that I want you to put out my fire that belongs to me?
Your fire.
Yes, my fire. It isn't exactly your fire now, is it?
Does it not hurt?
It doesn't exactly tickle.
Well, then we should put it out.
I said no.
You wish to be on fire.
I do.
Did you set yourself on fire intentionally?
I did not, but now that it's here, I intend to keep it.
It is moving up your arm.
It seems to be.
It will soon reach your head.
It may soon.
Do you not like your head?
I very much like my head.
You understand that it will destroy your head.
It very well may.
We can prevent this.
I have asked you not to.
You will likely die.
Then I will die.
And you really wish to do nothing about it.
Nothing at all.
Well, very well. I have done what I can.
Yes. Let's move on. Now that you've got yourself your tip, would you please seat me?
No.
I'm sorry.
No, I cannot seat you while you are actively ablaze.
Is there some kind of policy against dining while you're on fire?
No, there is no specific policy.
Then I fail to see the problem.
The flame is climbing to your shoulder.
You pay no mind to my fire. Please tell me what the issue is.
Well, I'm afraid it isn't safe for the other customers.
Why not?
Well, they may catch it on fire as well.
I highly doubt that. Do you not already have stoves and cookery running in the kitchen?
We do.
And those are operated by fire, are they not?
They are.
And no one here has caught on fire.
Well, you have caught on fire.
I am the exception to the rule.
The fire is contained to the kitchen. Your fire would be in the dining room.
I assure you, I have no intention of sharing it.
I don't believe that is something you could control.
Are you saying that I cannot control my flame?
I am not trying to insinuate.
I will not stand here and take this abuse.
Guest 2 enters quietly and stands in line behind guest.
Please, I didn't mean to.
I will not put up with this indignation. I am a customer. I would like to eat, but you are preventing me from enjoying my evening because, what, a personal detail about me? That is unfair, unkind, and to be honest, un-American of you.
Oh.
I would like to exchange my money for your food and to quietly eat it. Now, I think I've been quite polite up until now, but I've had it up to here with your humiliation. I will not be treated as an outcast for something about me that is out of my control. You will seek me, and you will...
Oh.
Guest's flailing has caught guest 2's sleeve on fire.
Oh, dear, I seem to have caught you on fire.
It seems that you have.
I am so sorry. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right for the moment.
Let me go get you some water.
Why? I'm not thirsty.
To douse your sleeve.
Hmm?
But to put out the fire.
No, don't bother with that. Do you accept walk-ins?
Oh, they do accept walk-ins.
Lovely. Table for one, please.
They won't seat you.
Why?
Because you were set on fire.
Well, that doesn't seem fair.
That's what I've been getting at.
Do you think,
Go on.
No, I wouldn't want to presume.
No, please.
Perhaps if we were sat together, I don't want to be in an imposition, but it would be fantastic to have a chat. I haven't been on fire for long, and it would be useful to learn the ins and outs.
Splendid idea. Let us try that.
Yes. A table for two, please.
You are both more than welcome to any number of tables you desire once you extinguish yourselves.
The fire reaches guest's hair.
Oh.
Oh my.
Well, My mother always said I was a bit hot-headed.
Did I not tell you this was going to happen?
I'm not an idiot. I knew this was going to happen.
Is that going to happen to me?
More than likely.
Oh, it certainly will.
You look quite cool.
Do I?
You do.
It's so kind of you to say.
It's not kind. It's only true.
I bet this will look great on you as well.
You think?
Oh, I really do.
Well, no point in waiting.
Guest 2 brings their sleeve to their head and their hair lights.
I was right.
Were you?
It looks quite good on you. Strapping.
You flatter me. But I'm starting. Shall we?
Yes, I would like that.
Table for two.
I cannot serve you while you are on fire.
Fine. It is of no matter.
It isn't?
It isn't. We can go eat elsewhere, somewhere where we won't be rejected for being who we are.
That's right. There's a delightful Italian place right around the corner. Would you like to go?
Sounds splendid.
Off we go.
I would say thank you, but that's unwarranted.
Guest and guest 2 exit arm in arm. Guest and guest 2 return, drenched and no longer on fire.
It seems to be quite rainy. Table for 2, please.
When your hands start cramping, you've done a good day's work. When the letters on your keys are blurry and your knees hurt, what you gonna